6 months later, around Christmas, I picked up his toxicology report and certificate, and it read fentanyl poisoning. Fentanyl. That was the first time I ever heard of illicit fentanyl. It's after the fact. My son's gone. What stands out to me is Jeremiah's love and his dependability. He was reliable. He was a person that would give you the shirt off his back. I know it's cliche, but it is so true about him. Well known, well loved, and his dream was to go to college, always has been. And he did start college to play football in Raleigh, and he had told me that he would like to try a junior college, and we were fine with that. So he came home to do JUCO and to work full-time, and that was basically his life, being a football star. Well, leading up to the day he passed, we were actually all together on June the 2nd. We were together because I had some appointments to run, and he was driving me around and took me to lunch, and it was just a normal sunny day. It was beautiful, and I actually remember that. And that evening, since it was summer, he said, "Mom, I'm going swimming with a few friends at an apartment complex." And that wasn't out of the ordinary because he loved to swim. And so that evening it started raining all of a sudden. And I guess he changed paths and went to trusted friend's home, and parents were there. You know, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Until about 9:30, I noticed that was the last call I had got from him where we actually communicated that evening. And so I noticed the time it came up to 11, and I hadn't heard from Jeremiah. So that wasn't usual. He would check in every hour just because it would satisfy me being his mom. And like I said, about 11 o'clock, I called, no answer. So for that hour, I called him, no answer and no return call. And then I called a relative that's younger than me, but close to Jeremiah's age. And I said, "Can you find out what friend Jeremiah's with? They went swimming and, you know, went to play video games, the normal stuff." And he said, "Sure." So he called me back and said, they said Jeremiah's sleeping. I said, "Before midnight?" I said, "No, he's not." I said, "No, he's not." Call back, FaceTime, put his face on the camera. It took 10 minutes or so for me to get a call back. I immediately started leaving work. I just knew something was wrong. And didn't know where I was going, but I was getting from work. I was leaving. And the relative called me and said, "Andrea, I'm sending you an address. Get there now. Jeremiah's not waking up." And I screamed, "Not waking up?" I said, "What's happened?" They didn't know. So I went to the location 7 minutes from where I worked. It wasn't far at all. And lights were everywhere. And the detective came out and said, "We're working on your son." And I said, "Working on him? What's happened to him?" We believe he may have been given something. They worked on Jeremiah for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then he came out and said, "I regret to inform you." And I just remember saying, "No, he can't go. He's too young." I need a moment. 6 months later, around Christmas, I picked up his toxicology report and certificate, and it read fentanyl poisoning. Fentanyl. That was the first time I ever heard of illicit fentanyl. It's after the fact. My son's gone. I called the office of the chief medical examiner, and I said, "I'm trying to understand this report." I said, "It says fentanyl." She said, "Yes, ma'am." That was all that was in Jeremiah. I said, so no marijuana, no, anything, no Tylenol, no ma'am. It was fentanyl. And she said, that's what took your baby. It's not worth it. $20. It's not worth it.
What is the $20?
That was a Cash App transaction of $20 on Jeremiah's phone that night he passed. And it was later determined that that was the price he paid for a Percocet. $20 ended his life. Unknowingly ingested fentanyl. $20. My son's life was more than $20. And he knew he was worth more than $20, but he didn't know. He didn't know that would happen to him. My hope is now, because my mission has changed. My first mission was being Jeremiah's mom, and I'm always going to be that. But now the call is for action and prevention and awareness. I need children, teenagers specifically, because Jeremiah was 19. I want them to know and understand that fentanyl dangers are real. Illicit fentanyl dangers are real. And it's in America. We may not can't stop it, but we can try to prevent. So I need them to understand that one pill can definitely kill. Jeremiah had no intentions of passing away that night. He knew he was going to wake up the next day and start his weekend, but it didn't come for him. So I just really need children, adults, everyone to understand that one pill can kill. What I would want parents to learn from my experiences, the talking is important. Talking to your children is very important. I did that, but I didn't know about fentanyl in time enough to educate him about that. Social media may have, but I don't think it drives home, because you're just a regular teenager, not thinking about this could happen to me tomorrow. So as parents, the call is to talk to your children. Continue to talk, because I continue to talk. So what's important to me now is to spread the message that Jeremiah didn't get to. One pill can kill, and in his case it did.